let us find the number of protons, number of electrons, and number of neutrons. But before we proceed, let us revisit our rules. First one is the atomic number is equals to the number of protons. The number of protons is equals to the number of electrons. And the mass number is equals to the sum of protons and neutrons. Okay? Okay? For the first element, we have carbon. So the name of the element is carbon. Let me write it down. The symbol of the element is capital C. The atomic number is 6. Now, let me remind you that not all periodic table presents the information of an element like this. Sometimes the atomic number is listed at the bottom, right? And sometimes the atomic mass is listed on top. So, how will you determine which is the atomic mass, or which is the atomic number? Now, atomic number, wala siyang decimal point. Okay, wala siyang decimal point na kagaya nito. Yung may decimal point, that is the atomic mass. Okay, because the atomic mass is the weighted average of isotopes. Okay, weighted average ng isotopes. So, pag may decimal, automatic, siya yung iyong atomic mass. Okay? Now, let's write it down. So, the atomic mass is 12.011. Then, the number of protons, sabi rito, the atomic number is also the number of protons. So, ang ating atomic number is 6. So, let's write 6. The number of electrons is also the number of protons. So, therefore, it is 6. Now, skip muna natin si number of neutrons. Let's go with mass number. The mass number is not given. You can go back to atomic mass. This is the atomic mass. And then round it off to whole number. So, pag round natin siya, ang ating atomic mass ay 12. Okay? So, we can now determine the number of neutrons by using this. So, the number of neutrons will be, this is the mass number, which is 12. And then the number of proton is 6. Plus, okay, what do you think is the number that when we add by 6 will give us 12? So that will be, right, 6. So that is 6. So, does it satisfy this rule? Mass number is equals to the number of protons and the number of neutrons. So let's see. Protons is here, neutrons is here. So 6 and 6 is 12. Right? Now, what if instead of 12 sa mass number, ang nilagay niya dito, nilagay ni teacher or nilagay ko dito is 11. Now, parang hindi niya na masasatisfy yung ating mass number is equals to number of protons plus the number of neutrons. Because when you add proton with neutrons, dapat ang sagot niya ay 12. Pero 11 na lang. Okay? Now, ito kasi yung tinatawag nating isotope. Okay? Ang isotope, let me put here. We have the same number of protons but has a different number of neutrons. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, carbon pa din to, pero iba na yung number ng kanyang neutron. So, instead na 6, okay, mag-iiba na yan. So, let me put it down. Then, dito tayo sa baba. Okay. So, ang kanyang mass number ngayon ay 11 equals the number of proton, which is 6, same number of proton, pero iba ang neutron, plus, okay, ano kaya yung number that when we add it to 6 will give us 11? Okay, again, what do you think is the number that when we add it to 6, it will give us 11? Right, so that number is 5. So, we have to change this to 5. Right. So, 6 plus 5 is 11. So, pag in-add natin yung proton and neutron, ito na yon. Mass number niya ay 11. So, again, itong 11 ay another isotope for carbon. Okay? So, let's have another one. Right. So, oxygen. So, don't forget our rule. So, if you can remember or write this down, okay, mas maganda. So, atomic number is the number of protons. Number of protons is the number of electrons. Mass number is the sum of protons and neutron. Okay. So, for oxygen, the name of the element is oxygen. And the symbol for oxygen is capital O. The atomic number is 8. Okay, the atomic mass is 15.99. And then the number of protons, okay, let's look at the atomic number because they are the same. So we have 8. The electrons, since equal sila with protons, that is also 8. Now, again, you can, pagka mass number is not given, all you have to do is go to atomic mass and then round it off to whole number. So we can make this 16. So we can now compute the number of neutrons. So that will be what number will give us, so ito yung ating mass number 16 is equals to the number of protons plus the number of neutron. So what number will give us, okay, when we add it to 8 will give us 16. Okay, 8. Right? So ang ating neutron ay 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Protons plus neutrons will give us, okay, 16. Will give us our mass number. Okay, again, what if that is an isotope? Okay, what if yan ay instead of 16, ang nakalagay ay 17? Right? So magbabago na yan. Right? So we now have an isotope of oxygen. That is oxygen 17. So kung yung kanina ay oxygen 16, right? Ngayon naman, meron tayong oxygen 17. Right? So, when we add these two, okay, hindi na siya 16. Right? Hindi na siya 16. So, 17 kasi siya ay isotope. So, ang gagawin natin ngayon is we have to change the neutron. Right? Kasi, ang neutron, ang sabi natin sa isotope, isotopes have the same number of protons but they differ in number of neutrons. Right? So, that will be, isip tayo ng number na mag-add up sa 17. So, 17 equals to 8 plus, yan. Ano yung number na when we add up to 8 ay magiging 17? Okay. Right. So, 9. So, 8 plus 9 will give us 17. Okay. So, 9 ang neutrons niya. Now, if ito yung proton, ito yung neutron, and then this is the mass number. So, yung kanina, si oxygen 16, ang proton niya ay 8, ang neutron niya ay 8, ang mass number niya ay 16. Pero yung isotope ni oxygen na si oxygen 17, ang proton niya ay 8 pa rin, parehas, pero ang neutron ay 9. So, they differ in neutrons. So, when we add this up, meron tayong 17. Okay, so, ganun lang siya simple. Mukha lang siyang mahirap pero madali. Tignan siyang gawin.